Hey y'all, welcome to the live.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's up? So every Thursday, I go live. Every Thursday. So make sure y'all have y'all notifications on so y'all know what time on Thursdays, but it's going to be every single Thursday, y'all. Today we're gonna get into sisters, child star parents, and Megan Thee Stallion since her documentary just came out today, October 31st on Prime Video. So we'll get into sisters first. Um that whole entire kitchen scene was entirely too much. Like even the way they were sitting, you could tell they was tired of sitting there.
I know.
Like it was bad. And I don't know
Yeah.
why did he drag it out so much? Like it was bad. Like I started getting on my phone. Oh my god,
Yeah,
focus.
it was so dragged out. Then they had this banter that just made it even more dragged out. And then what I don't like is they was asking Andy questions, about I forgot his name, Robin. And she was just sitting there on mute. Like, girl, open your mouth, say something.
Right. Mm-mm-mm. And it's I don't know. It was like it was too many pauses, like the one I just did for
Right.
every person. And then
Uh-huh.
it's like you know how they just keep talking about the same thing over and over and it's like move on now. Like I'm no longer interested. Like I was actually looking for okay, she finally told her friends, but it's like y'all killed it now.
Right.
Y'all killed the excitement.
And I mean, why didn't somebody say, girl, why don't you just take this to the police?
Right.
Because wasn't one of the FBI people working with her?
Yes, and her stance is she don't want to tell them because it's going to make her look more of a suspect. That's what Robin told her, not
Yeah,
to
I
do
don't think
that because it's going to make her look more like a suspect.
right, but this was like pre-Robin though. I mean, I would
No,
have
no, this is when she was at the table.
right, but what I'm saying is the FBI was working with her. Remember, she got a chance to talk to
Right.
Priscilla.
Yeah.
So Robin wasn't in the picture at that time. Gary had ran up on her in the parking lot, and told her that they was gonna get married, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm seeing at that point she should have went, to the FBI and said, he told me the FBI could have went in there and they could have found the bugs that she had in the house.
Mm-hmm. I used
I
to
think
know
I
that
just
in there.
right. I mean, I would have fought back because I mean, she always making herself just look weak.
Yeah, she does. She's always looking real scary. And then Robin, to me, Robin is a suspect.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's a suspect. I mean, the girls are kind of like eyeing each other. Everybody, you know, are eyeing each other.
But I say Robin is a suspect because two things. One of them, why are you taking Andy cases away and giving it to Hayden? I kind of thought of two things. Maybe it's because of the promotion she moving up, so she's not gonna need the same cases anymore. But that kind of didn't make sense because she's not there yet. And then this other thing is he knows that the closest person to her is Fatima.
Hmm.
So why are you taking Fatima from Andy? And then the third thing, actually, why were you at Andy's office instead of Hayden's office? That was just weird.
I don't know. I know he did say he wanted to keep his enemies close.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm figuring, Hayden is an enemy. He want to keep him close. Watch, keep a watchful eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Fatima will be working under him. So he'll be able to get on her nerves, and there's really nothing she can do about it. You know,
No.
like Robin, like, look, it's gonna be some order. Ain't no more, you just leaving when you want to leave, being on the phone.
I hate them type of
You
bosses.
know,
Like it's too much. As long as you getting the job done, let people be comfortable. That's how people want to come to work. Like all that little picking and child, that is
Yeah.
beyond me. But
I mean, if you're getting paid for 8 hours, you got to get them your 8 hours. But I mean, with like sisters, Andy, somebody is in a crisis and they just up and leave.
yeah,
That I mean, the jobs don't work like that, But and so he laying down the law. We'll see. Cause I always thought it was Gary's partner. He looked real sketchy to me. You know. I mean, it could be anybody at this point.
yeah. Robin is definitely a suspect doing all of that. So it's
Hmm.
Robin and Hayden for me on the two people.
Yeah, I think I'm still sticking with Gary's partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean Gary is sketchy too. Ain't no telling um, you know, how they got together, do Gary got something on him, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, legally locked, that took me out.
Who?
When Danny said she legally locked, that took me out.
Okay, refresh my memory.
So they was at the table and they was talking about ways I guess they can get out of the case if she do it, etc. And Danny was just like, legally locked. Okay, I see you. Like she was trying, like Sabrina was giving legal advice, I guess you could say,
Mm.
and she called her legally locked. I just thought that was funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sisters, this was my last season. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay.
I tried.
Yeah, I mean
I tried.
I mean, like I always say, it just ain't no growth in this show. It's Karen
And it's
still look
sad
like
because
three
they work
like three
hard.
months.
Like, they always say how they gotta learn in this certain amount of time, and it's like I'm not seeing the work. Like I'm just not seeing it because of the drag. And when you're used to shows, and maybe that's part of the problem too. I'm used to shows that have a lot of things happening in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why I could be a little biased when it comes to sisters, because I'm just used to it just on and popping. Like we had a standstill here.
Yeah, we are. And then whatever happened to well, I guess because we don't see him often. We don't see him no more. The one that oh God, I don't know what's happening with me. Um, that Andy was dating, the mayor, and then he had the guy that came on that was working for Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, he can be a suspect too.
Man. So
I mean,
yeah.
because I can see Gary working with people and turning on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his character for sure.
That's definitely his character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tyler Perry, speed this up. Like we at a 1X, we need to get to a 5X.
Right.
Like we need. Oh my god! And it's like I'm trying to get y'all something, but it's only so much.
Because last time they advanced it, remember?
Yeah,
It was like,
last episode was busting. Like it was action.
right, it was like 3 months later, but here we are. It's the next day.
Oh my god.
It's literally the next day. We waited all this time just to get to tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Right. It was just crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, nothing really, really stands out to me outside of Robin just telling Fatima she shouldn't be on her phone and she can't just up and leave, and Fatima all excited thinking that Hayden was gonna get fired when he went into Robin's office, but oops, it turned out that he got some of Fatima's workload, and now you got to answer to him.
And now they dragging to see if Gary is actually dead because another man walked in there, put something in the tube. At this point, I don't even care no more.
Right.
Somebody catch me up and let me know what
And
happened.
there's no security guards there. Nobody's. I mean, you would think if somebody was attacked, you would have guards on duty, police on duty,
Right. No, it's
especially since they done called in all these people, to ask them questions. I mean, that made no sense.
no, you're able to walk into a hospital with a black mask and black gloves
Yep.
and do all of that and walk out smooth.
Hmm. He just in the hospital. Don't nobody care.
But that's all I got for sisters. You got anything? Sisters? I'm so over Tyler Perry.
That's about it. I'm trying to think. What was going on with Zach? Because now it's kind of like confusing me with Zatima. I gotta try not to mix the two.
Yeah, don't mix the two because I don't watch the team, and I'm not watching the team.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. I
Okay,
ain't even take I ain't even take no notes on it
that's cool. That's good.
because it just seemed like the overwhelming theme of it is everybody is eyeing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All the girls are kind of like low key. Like and of course Fatima and I mean that Fatima and Zach, they're kind of eyeing each other. So
Yep. So we're gonna move on to we're gonna talk about Meghan, and then we're gonna get into child stars. Um, that was so good. The
mm,
Meghan Stallion documentary. It was good because she's an AIM girl. When I say AIM, I mean like the cartoon.
uh
Like you seen like the Avatar
yeah, I've seen Avatar.
cartoon. So it's some AIM is similar to that. And so this documentary, it gave us like the real life day to day, and then she also put it in a cartoon form.
Okay.
And like when she reenact what happened with her and Tori, that was all in cartoon form.
I wonder what made her do that.
Because she's an AIM girl, she loves like the cartoon show. Like she watched that now. Like
Oh,
she
so there's a
always
cartoon called AIM.
AIM. Yep.
Okay. All
It's a
right, I wasn't
cartoon
aware
called
of that.
AIM. And it's similar, like the Avatar, the Airbender cartoon, not the blue people, but the Avatar.
No, I don't.
Don't. Okay, so
Mm-mm.
AIM is like a fighting Japanese type of show,
Okay.
but they cartoon characters, real
Okay.
big. Like people have whole conferences, you know what I'm saying, for stuff like this. But
Mm.
so she's into that, so I think that's why she did it because she do that in some of her videos as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so she showed that in a cartoon form, and then I like how they did a timeline. Like they literally did like 2006, and you see the line move. So we was able to get specific timeline.
Okay.
How she really truly felt at the time.
Oh.
And just how she felt like at the time. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it was real. She admitted that she lied on Gail, well, lied to Gail, because the concern shouldn't have been about whether she was sleeping with Tory Lanez. It should have been about if the Tory Lanez allegedly shot Meg. And let's be very clear: there's other charges on there. Tory Lanez is not from the United States; he's from Canada. So when you got somebody from another country coming in with an illegal firearm, that's another reason why he's getting charged as well. And all of this is alleged in my opinion. In my opinion, I think Tory did do it based on the phone call he made. In the phone call, he said, I know Megan Thee Stallion is never going to speak to me again. I am so sorry that this happened, etc., etc. Sounding like he's admitting to it. But he ended up getting sentenced 10 years. She completely broke down when she found out it was 10 years. Um, and it was just real. Like she said, she had a mental breakdown when all the rappers wanted to ride on Tory Lanez's coattail. Tory Lanez and Diddy, out of everybody, came together. Diddy talking about some, "You're my favorite R&B artist." Probably don't even know a song. Then he told Tory Lanez, for real, he probably not listen to him. But then he told Tory Lanez, I got a toxic side to me too, and started laughing like it was funny.
Mm.
Like, go ahead.
Well,
That was
it's always that bro code.
yo
Support.
until it's their
Support the
daughter.
brothers. It's never support black women. You know,
Mhm.
it's always that bro code.
And it's sad because my thing is everybody's like, um, Tory Lane got to be innocent. Tory Lane got to be innocent, but y'all automatically made Megan guilty.
Hmm.
So why aren't y'all giving Megan the same grace? And he was actually found guilty in court and was found serving 10 years. She never lied in court. She lied on a TV show. That's completely different.
Right. Hmm.
Not the same. And yeah, I just need people to read. That's all. Like read. She never pressed charges. It was the state, and everybody's mad at Megan because she said she was too scared to press charges because that was around the time of George Floyd, and she didn't want him to get killed, well, unalive.
Oh, okay.
So she never said nothing. But when the state picks it up, you have no choice.
Hmm. It's out of your hands.
It's completely out of your hands. So she wasn't even a person that filed charges, and y'all still mad at her.
Well, I guess they figured because she said something. Unfortunately, a lot of people have this black men should not go to jail, but if you do the crime,
You gotta go. I don't care if you black or white.
right, then you do the time.
And I hear that a lot
So
on like older show. No shade. Like Married to Medicine,
mm-hmm.
they say that a lot. Well, they're like, especially Heavenly. He's a black man. I don't care. My
Right.
thing is, it makes it even worse. Now you're an enemy because
Mm-hmm.
you're harming your own people. To me, that makes it so much worse. So I just don't have that mentality that save a black man, even though he's doing wrong. No, you got to go, especially when you're harming a black woman, because a black woman is part of the black community as well. So do we not care about that?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't. Please, y'all can miss me. Y'all can miss me with that logic.
Yeah, I agree with you. You do the time, you do the crime. I mean, you do the crime, you do the time.
Like you gotta go. Like nobody's protecting you simply because you're black when you're causing harm to the black community. I just don't have that mentality with me.
Yeah,
But
because the problem is, you let one thing slide, then you let another thing slide, then you let another thing slide, and then it's now I can do what I want. And
right,
then
because
it
I'm a
gets
black
much
man, they gonna route around me, so it ain't gonna matter.
right, then it gets much bigger because now you cocky, now ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Now these people got your back, you know.
Yeah.
So no, you gotta stop that stuff at the gate.
And that was 2024 in your Diddy.
Hmm.
So this is what happened. So you let people slide, and nobody wanted to say nothing because he was a black man
Yeah.
who
Black man
owned. Right,
making his
go ahead.
money, making his
Mm-hmm.
money, legacy and all of that, but
Mm-hmm.
off based off of what?
Hey, like,
You know.
yeah, we've got to do better. We've got to do better as a whole when it comes to stuff like this, because that is just out of pocket. But I'm proud of Megan for speaking up. She used this time to speak about the Roe v. Wade and my body, my choice. So she turned this into like a good power movement because she was like, I had to win because if I didn't win, the woman with no money and no legal team would have felt like, for what? If Megan
Right. Uh-huh.
and what would be my reason? So she was like, I had to win. So they showed it. She literally just broke down
Hmm.
when they told her that it was he got the one count and he got 10 years for it. And a lot of people like that's too much time. That's too much time. So what if he get drunk again and get mad again?
Right. Hmm.
Like you can't blame stuff like that on alcohol.
No, you can't.
Because you
I mean,
never.
the song, people like that song, blame it on the
Mm-hmm.
alcohol, but I mean, you always have a choice.
Yeah.
You always have a choice.
And as an adult, you should know your drinking limit by now,
Hmm.
especially at your age. Tori, you in your late 20s, you should know. Like,
Yeah.
you know, your drinking limit. Um, the last thing I wanted to go over was the child stars, and I'm disgusted. I need Usher mom to come to the front. I need Justin Bieber mom specifically to come to the front.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
She need to be dragged to the front.
Literally Drake from Drake and Josh. I need the mother to come to the front because he was protected very well when his father was in there because he was on set every single day. You took over for some money and wasn't watching your kids, and look what happened. I need you to come to the front because
Bow Wow mom.
Bow Wow mom, give it in. Let me set this down. In the early '90s, you sent your 6-year-old to go stay with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Are you kidding me? Your 6-year-old. And he said she finally let me come home after begging to come home. I'm disgusted.
I'm sorry, a phone call came through. Yeah, I mean, I heard a little bit what you're saying. Yeah, that is just crazy.
Yeah. Now the last thing I said was Bow Wow was 6 years old and he was there with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre in the early '90s.
Right. And he was saying that he had to
Like,
beg his mom to come home.
yes, he was like, she finally let me come home, and I'm happy she did because when those same people that dropped me off that, when they went back home to where I was staying at, they ended up getting shot up.
Oh wow, it's just crazy. I mean, it's like you send your baby, your little child that don't really have reasoning, you know, off with somebody. I don't care who they are.
Mhm.
You never know what's going on in somebody's house, in somebody's life. So you can't just say, "Oh, it's Stevie Wonder," or it's, you know what I'm saying, or it's Snoop, or it's whoever. You know, you always got to be present. You know, move to that same state. Y'all living in the same household. You know, living in the same household with your child. You be at the meetings.
Okay.
But no, I mean, what was you doing that warrant you, sending your child away at 6 and having him to beg to come back home?
Like, was the money? You need the money that bad?
Right.
And then I remember on Growing Up Hip Hop, he was talking about how the industry is so watered down and how he used to get whoopings for not holding the mic right. You was worried about the wrong thing, sweetheart.
Okay.
Your concern was on the wrong thing because you should have been watching your child. And that's why I respect. I seen a TikTok of a woman whose job is to protect children's stars. So every child star is assigned to somebody and they're supposed to watch them.
Mm.
So she takes it as far as hiding in closets. She hides under the bed if the child is in the room. Like during the scene, she's not leaving for anything. And I said, that's how you move. That's because on set, you never know what's happening. All them breaks, pauses, people walking around, coming in.
Mm, that's true.
Like she said, she be in the closet with him.
This
Like,
is her job, but this is a parent.
yeah, no, this is her job. This is her job. So what happens is in some sets they have people like producers kind of sort of who follow
Uh,
them around like everybody got their personal person. But the problem is when you're paid, you're not going to say much.
okay.
So that's what was happening too. So just say they was left in a room with so and they supposed to be watching them. If something happened, so and so not gonna say nothing because she don't want to lose her job.
So she there as a
Right.
voice. Yeah, I mean that's kind of tricky too, 'cause
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying, as a parent, I would want to be there.
No, yeah, but like she was there as well though. Like if
Mm-hmm.
the parent like I think it was more so like if the parent wasn't around, I see what you're saying. Like I just would have been around, period,
Right.
regardless of if she was there or not. But whoo, that's wow. Like you can't be that eager to see your child off.
I
Like
mean
that's a
that
human being. Like what are we talking about?
it is. I mean, people put too much, trust in these stars, and not to say that, Dr. Dre and Snoop did anything, but
You don't know
ain't
them.
no ain't nobody gonna no one is gonna watch your child better than you.
No, and you don't know them. You just know of them, what they've done,
Right.
things they accomplished. You don't
Hmm.
know them.
And I mean that poor Justin Bieber. Oh
Oh,
man.
that's so irritating. Every time I think about it, I get irritated.
I mean, and it looks like he's you know doing kind of sort of okay.
Oh no, he's better because he's away
Right.
from them. No,
Hmm.
he's doing much better. Because I mean, before he used to just be out sitting on the street,
Right.
like it was just sad. Like he was just lost. But no,
Hmm.
he's found his ground now. You know, his wife support him. He's in a much better space. But
Thank God, cause yeah, just watching these older videos of him, and how the adults, they just violated him. I mean, he even said he felt like he was violated, and it was a joke.
yeah,
Nobody took this little boy seriously.
no, everybody laughed at him. Even when he was on stage, he looked so uncomfortable when they was joking with Kevin Hart
Hmm.
because everybody knew that was the sickening part about it. All of y'all knew that was going on, and y'all joked about it in that man's face. Like y'all are sick individuals.
And the thing is, because he's a
Yeah,
guy,
well, yeah.
because he's a male, it was more acceptable.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, because he was like, "I'm 15. I don't even want to talk about that." Like he kept trying to change the subject. They was touching
Hmm.
on his arms, his legs. He kept trying to move over. Like, oh,
I know.
I just need everybody needs to get 15 minutes with them. I don't care how old they is now. Everybody need 15. 15.
Okay.
Y'all are dead wrong for doing that to that little boy. Like, you don't get no pass because you're a woman. I don't care
Mm-mm.
none of that.
Because that's a child.
Exactly. Like, and he, oh my God, it's sad because he didn't even want to be famous. Like, he was just doing it for fun. It was his mom that pushed him because he kept saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he first started, like when his YouTube video dropped, he was like, "Yeah, I just want to be a kid and just make music." Like, he never really even wanted to do this, but
I know, and it probably happened so fast, and
mhm,
he got into the wrong hands, and
mhm.
that money was probably looking good. I mean, I just,
He ain't had no chance for real.
he didn't have a chance. But thank God, like you said, he's doing much better. He's married. If he has a baby, or they're expecting a baby.
Now that I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That I don't know. But I know
Yeah.
he is married. Like I said, he's doing gospel now. He just looks happier. Like he just
Mm,
looks. Oh my God! Because for years he was just zoned out, like just
yeah.
zoned. But now he's like, he's present. You can tell it's just a relief. Like, and I know he's
Hmm.
relieved since he in jail too. I know that helps because he was still taunting him when he was before. Did he went to jail? He met up with him,
Hmm.
and it's a video of him checking to see if he had a wire.
I saw that. Yep,
And
I saw that.
even then he looked stressed.
Yeah, he did.
Like, so I'm pretty sure him going to jail, him finding his ground again, like that's all he needed.
Yeah, I mean, he was already groomed, not to really say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to allow what happened happens. And you have all these people looking and knowing, and not offering any kind of help.
I just
You
don't
know.
understand. Like, I would be bothered. I would be bothered. Like, I can't sit there and just be cool with stuff like that. Like, I don't know how to. I don't know how to
No.
just be cool. Like, stuff just smooth. Everything. No, everything is not okay.
Yeah, we probably would have been kicked out the industry. I probably would have had a mug shot.
Okay.
Just.
Oh my
And the
god.
crazy thing is, I feel like I would have had a mug shot because nobody thought, especially when he accepted that award, that lady, kissing him and pinching on his butt.
Mhm.
Me going up there and beating well, I don't condone violence, but
Right, but it's we get it.
so the problem would have been me,
Right.
and that not the grown woman, touching on my child.
Right. And that's you would have been like Kiki Palmer's mom. She from Chicago too. She said the
Hmm.
reason why people ain't mess with her because her mom was always a problem.
Right.
Her mom was always an issue, and she should have been, baby. She should
Right.
have been a problem up and down them studios. Oh,
Okay. Like this is not that kid. This is not,
okay.
this is not that.
Yeah, no, please, she wasn't going for none of that.
Hmm.
And as she like that's how you move when you have a child in the industry. You got to be willing to lose a gig. You have to be willing to set that standard for your child moving forward, or people gonna keep playing.
Yep. That's the thing. You got to be willing to lose.
Yep, you got to be willing to lose that. Is that gig and most more important? Like she's a child. She has a whole life to do acting gigs. Like
Hmm.
I don't. Please, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, this
But yeah,
ain't for the love of money.
none of them get a pass. Them women need to be, I don't know the statute of limitations, but it needs to be some charges, indictments on them as well.
I
Because there's
know.
actual video footage of stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it was out in the open.
yep,
So,
and
I mean, there's no shame that they feel unless they feel it now when because what's happening,
all the
to
videos.
Diddy or whatever. But I mean, looking back, there was no shame. There was no, you know, it was just something that they did.
Yeah.
And everybody laughed at it.
Yeah. I don't get that. And that's what I'm learning when I'm watching like the R. Kelly stuff, the Nickelodeon stuff, and Justin Bieber. When you do stuff in plain sight, it's easier to get away with. And that's
Uh-huh.
the part. Like, because even like when R. Kelly, when he called himself the Pied Piper, age ain't nothing but an. It's like he was letting us know
Hmm.
how he felt, and everybody just singing. Everybody singing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of songs, if you look back, they singing and you're not really paying no attention until, you get older. You be like, damn. Like that song, Hello, It's Me by the Isley Brothers. That's a straight player song. I don't want no commitment. I just want you to be there for me. And I'm gonna be there for you for like a few seconds, but you so nice, you don't expect nothing more than what I'm gonna give you. But you be like, damn it, hello, it's me. And you be like, what?
But that's how I feel like 90s songs are. Like, we be like, oh, men in the 90s don't beg like they used to. Why was they begging in the first place? Because they did something they ain't had no business doing. And we just in there, oh, this a love song. Talking about, I know I
Mm-hmm.
gave you multiple chances, but the fifth gonna be the one. Like, are we listening to the lyrics? The
Mm-hmm.
song. Like, that's why they was doing all that hollering and begging. Because they was out there doing wrong.
Yeah.
And
It
we
was
just singing.
it was messing up over and over again, and you
Okay.
know, and now we toxic.
Why you do all the begging when she tired? That's why you doing all the begging. Why you ain't do all that in the beginning?
Mm-hmm. Or at least don't put the person in a position.
Right.
to where you got to do that.
Mm. Yeah, man, these child star parents, y'all are dead wrong, dead wrong. If they can put charges on y'all, I wish they could.
And they can't say they didn't know because
No,
it's out there.
exactly. And also, I want to say for the parents who have child stars and didn't experience this, this is not your time to get up there talking about it didn't happen to my child because everybody don't have the same experience with somebody.
That's true. Everybody's experience
So
is different.
it's completely different. You could be in a room or you can be raised by the same person and everybody got a different childhood experience.
That's true.
Like it's completely so this is not your time to get up talking about well he was a good man. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that.
Mm-mm.
Because
At least show some support. I'm sorry that went through that, or and let that be that.
right. Like
But
don't invalidate their experience because you didn't have the same I hate when people do that. I didn't see that or he didn't do that. Okay, that was you.
mm-hmm.
Ain't got nothing to do with the next person. But
Yeah,
I'm glad I got that out.
it's sad. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, to have all your hopes and dreams, and that's what you're facing. And you don't have no. You look to your parent, and they're over there counting your money.
Right. While you over there going through it,
Mm-hmm.
they talking about stop crying. This is a job.
Right.
You need to get through
Mm-mm.
this. Oof. I just don't understand. How can you be like that?
Yeah. But I think because it's been happening for so long, it's just kind of like normal. You know what I'm saying? To me and you, and maybe to other people, it's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
But to some people, that's just the way.
Mm-hmm.
You think back as far back as I'm not sure if you remember the Johnny Cochran show when Drew Barrymore was on there.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, the girl had to be like what 6'7".
You said Johnny Cochran. Now you know. I ain't seen no show. Johnny Cochran in it.
Told you I ain't right. It's the Johnny Carson show.
Mm-hmm.
It was an old show, a talk show that used to come on at night.
Oh, it was in the 70s.
Yeah, something like that. It was back then the day.
I seen that. It was like a game TV show. He was all up in them kids' faces.
No, not that.
Okay, well, it
This
was
is the
another
Johnny
show.
Car. It was
Mm,
like a talk show.
okay.
They'll be sitting behind the desk, and the people sitting in front of
I
the.
like the late night talk shows.
The late night talk show.
I think it's Jimmy now, right? Jimmy something.
Jimmy
I was about to say,
Fallon.
yeah, I was about to say Jimmy Hendrix, but yeah, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. And Drew, you know who Drew is? The one of the girls from Charlie's Angels.
Right, that's what I said. Drew Barrymore.
Oh, okay. That's who you're talking about. Okay.
This was back when she was little. Maybe I'm not sure if she was in ET yet. You know.
Oh, she was on ET. She was a
Mhm.
girl.
Yeah.
I ain't even put that together.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, he was drunk. All kind of stuff. He want to
And it was
rehab
just
at 13.
funny to
Yeah.
everybody. You know.
And that has a lot
But
to do with like the misogyny.
huh?
I think that has a lot to do with misogyny as well.
Oh yeah.
How they get away with this stuff.
Mhm.
It's just socially accepted. Mm, mm, mm. And like I said before, all that emancipation and giving over rights, y'all got to cut that out.
What you mean?
Like people like for Drake and Josh, he was able to get emancipated. No, he was able to get his rights, his parental rights taken. Because I think at some states, like if you're 13, 14, you can choose to do that to like get emancipated.
Okay.
And or like give custody.
Right.
So
And to be with somebody else.
right. So like for example, Diddy had full custody of him.
Mm.
Um and other things. Which for Drake was emancipated though. So it's like them options is like, oh, it's tricky. That's tricky because it's like for some, I see why they have it, and for some households they need it. That child needs to go. But it's like for situations like this, it's kind of they abuse it.
Most definitely. And then as far as the kids' money, I'm not sure if I heard someone saying that they're doing it now to where it got to be put in a trust.
Good.
So the parent or guardian, whatever, they don't have access to all that money. You know, I don't know if all of it, but it
And
has to go into a
honestly,
trust until they're 18.
excuse me, that's the way they should do it. Like,
Hmm.
unless you're putting money aside for your child, you should not have access towards it. Like I can understand if you was taking the child money, was putting it up so when she get a certain age, but you just out there just going crazy with the money. No, that's crazy.
Hmm.
And like, give yourself some. I mean, you doing your part, but don't just what I'm saying, abuse it. That's all I'm saying.
Right, because they have been child stars, who had to sue their parents because when they get of age, it's like they don't have no money. It's like,
Mm.
where all this money go?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you left me a good amount, but still get yourself some cool, but you still put some money up for me. But if I
Hmm.
get 18 and I ain't got no money, baby, we
Right, like
because
I know I've been working.
right, like I missed out my entire childhood for this. Like,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
But yeah, I mean, if that's true, that means that I think that would be a good idea. The parent can take 10% or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then the rest goes into a trust for the child. Until they turn 18. And when they get, I don't know, maybe about 10 or something, you can discuss that with them so they know, where their money is going, how much they have. This is what's going out, so they have an idea.
How to
You
check.
know, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm getting paid for this. This is not just for her. This is an actual job.
Yeah, because Raven Simone said her parents told her that.
Hmm.
Like, this is a job, this is your stuff. But they never, like she said, she still got Cosby money. They never spent her stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, they did right by her money.
Hmm. And some parents got it like that, but then you have, parents that's new money. They never had it,
Yep.
so they're gonna blow it. They don't have like an accountant or somebody that's going to help you sit down and say, this is, you got to pay taxes on this, or this is, my suggestion, you should, buy these type of stocks, or, stuff like that. It's like the money is constantly coming in, and, you know, and if you're not used to it, it's a party.
They don't have the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I really have. Excuse me, on Child Star. You got anything else before we wrap it up?
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, y'all. If y'all are watching this, make sure y'all type in replay game so we know that you're here. We will be live every Thursday. Every Thursday. So have your notifications on. Check back in. It's gonna always be after work, y'all. No morning. No mornings. Um, yeah. And always do something for you today, even if it's something small. You got anything else to say?
Um, just we invite you all to come in and give you all opinions, because that's basically all we're doing is we just giving opinions, we just talking. So we invite you all into the chat. We invite you all to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so.
Mhm. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.